Hey, it's Kelly Lemon from the Virginia Wayside Furniture Studio for an all-new episode of 8 at 4 presented by Massey Cancer Center, where we're sharing 8 stories of things going on around Central Virginia. This week, we're talking music, beer, and basketball. Let's do it. Our friend Justice Miller has passion for HBCU stories and is an HBCU alum herself. She recently got over to Virginia Union to talk basketball.
It's Justice, and I'm here at Virginia Union talking to Richmond native Robert Osborne, CIAA Player of the Week.
During the COVID year, I moved over. I had an open gym run at Virginia Union, and Coach Butler had seen I still had playing potential left, and he blessed me with a scholarship offer on the spot. It was a real difficult process, especially with COVID and everything. That was very difficult. I was at Hampton University before this. I love Hampton. I didn't really want to leave, but circumstances changed and I had to adapt. I just recently got a job offer from the Navy and the military. It's something I've been working towards for a long time. So I'm going to be an analyst in the sonar division. So it's something that I'm kind of excited about. It's new because my undergraduate was completely different. I switched it up. I like to be adaptable. My program is data analytics, so I code a lot. Proficient in Python, Google, RR, everything. And as a kid, I used to do ballet. So it helped with my footwork a lot. Yeah, don't make fun of this or that. But I used to do ballet as a kid. Off the court, I'm pretty laid back. People can talk to me. I'm really approachable. Person on the court, I talk a little mess. I'll get in people's faces.
Once he step on the court, he gets after it. It's no nonsense, no play. And if you're in his way, he's gonna go through you.
Okay.
But he rebounds the basketball, he scores. He has that game where it's a throwback game. I call it 6'4" guy that's too quick for a big post player and too strong for a small guard. Right. So he's a matchup problem, and he's a kid that we expect to come in and score the basketball and rebound at a high level.
It was great catching up with Robert Osborne, who hopes he has one more big dance ahead of him. I'm Justice Miller, signing out.
The Richmond International Auto Show rolled through town recently. The show highlighted a wide range of the new 2023 models from all the major automakers. Overall attendance was up 10% from the 2020 show, which was right before the pandemic hit. Sunday's attendance was up 40% from 2020. This year's event brought out a great family presence for the new EV ride experience and for vintage Mustangs and classic Chevys to custom tricked out vehicles and European gems. A collection of antique vehicles was on display. We've talked music quite a bit and recently caught up with one artist among those to watch in 2023.
I wrote Legacies over the course of 4 years or so. And I didn't really know that I was writing an album. I was just writing songs. And then at one point, I had way more songs than one needs for an album. And I just selected the ones that made sense together. And of course, in the pandemic, there were so many things that, you just really get in touch with your truth and your demons, and then also what makes everybody exactly the same. Desiree Moses from WNRN is just such an amazing supporter. That whole radio station, they've just been so instrumental in people knowing about me. And she, I guess, was asked to pitch a band for artists to watch, and so she pitched me. And I thought that it was just I don't know, anytime I hear something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool, don't think much of it. And then I got a text from my friend that was with the link and was like, I can't believe this. And I was like, me neither, this is so cool. So yeah, it kind of just was up there, and it's pretty neat. It's cool to be recognized for sure. It's really cool for those that have been following along with Deau Eyes too, to be able to be like, oh, NPR recognized this girl. I've been seeing her play at the Camel since, 2016 or whatever. So yeah, that's been really, really cool. I mean, all of this stuff is truly such an honor. It's amazing that, anybody is listening, like actively listening to my music, you know. It's something that you always hope will happen, and you go a long time without anybody paying attention, you know, and then eventually it starts to pick up one person at a time, and then suddenly, you know, you're among people who you deeply respect, and like to be on the same list as Butcher Brown or any number of the Cassidy Snyder. I mean, these are people, Miss Jalen Brown, like these are people who I really look up to and admire, and who are also my peers, and we've been gigging for a long time alongside of one another. I think the Newland Prize to me is just very affirming and exciting to be kind of in the crossweb of all of these different genres and considered, you know, like someone you can vote on. You know, like it's pretty cool.
And voting is still underway for the Newland Prize. Cast your vote at newlandmusicprize.com. We can't all make it to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, but fortunately, Richmond's diverse restaurant scene has us covered.
You may not be able to hop a flight to New Orleans to celebrate Mardi Gras this year, but Richmond area restaurants have got you covered. Belmont Butchery will have a case stocked with classic boudin, which is cooked sausage made from pork and pork liver that's slow braised for a rich flavor and stuffed into sausage casing with rice, onions, peppers, and other seasonings. And if you want to ensure you get those or the andouille sausage, be sure to call ahead. And once Lent starts, Belmont will be hosting Fish Fridays, where they will bring in 2 fresh fish options each week. Now y'all know that the U-Crop's King Cake is the ultimate Fat Tuesday office treat. U-Crop sells King Cakes leading up to February 21st. You'll find them at U-Crop's Market Hall and probably some partner grocery stores. But if you want to be sure to secure a sweet coffee cake with icing and tri-colored sugar, you can place an order online at ucropshomestylefoods.com. On Sunday, February 19th, Get Tight Lounge hosted its second crawfish boil.
We're going to do it out back here. We're going to bring between 120 to 150 pounds of crawfish in live from Louisiana. We're going to boil them right over there. Some corn, some sausage, some potatoes. We have local favorites, Pay Rent Brass Band's going to come play some music for us all. And we're just going to party like it's Mardi Gras.
In addition, the restaurant is hosting Mardi Gras brunch on Sundays all month long with bottomless mimosas and New Orleans music from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Manchu is a takeout offshoot of a New Orleans-style fried chicken joint and offers New Orleans-style fried chicken along with shrimp, fish, steak Philly and chicken Philly po' boys, Cajun fries, chicken and beef sausage gumbo, and freshly fried beignets. And founded with a focus on capturing the flavors of iconic southern cities, Juleps is one to keep in mind for their show-stopping Bananas Foster. Happy Mardi Gras!
We've got more from Drew at Get Tight and what he's got going on at the lounge.
We opened the Get Tight Lounge back in July. It comes from love, our love for live music, for being a part of the community with having a restaurant, a place to eat and drink. Me, from my background in Baltimore, pit beef sandwiches, and his love for beef kind of all paired up. We opened a inside bar. I think it's kind of got this futuristic retro vibe, kind of hip look to it. And then we did an outside patio, which you can see right here, with the stage so we can host live music. Also have a bunch of people out here eating and drinking, most of the year. Pit beef sandwiches. Pit beef, pit ham, pit turkey. We do a vegetarian pit beet and a vegan pit beet. On homemade rolls, we cook them on our grill over open pit. Slice them thin sliced onions, mayo, horseradish, hand-cut fries, real quick food. Think Arby's, but faster and better. We use local Seven Hills beef, so all Virginia cattle. Just try to make fresh, fast, good food. Just trying to create something relaxing for everyone. Something where you can hang out and have a beer or a sandwich. If you want to pop in like several people did just a minute ago and you got to get a quick lunch in and out in 15, 20 minutes, you can do so. If you want to come out and sit outside on a nice day like today and just lounge, do schoolwork, or at night, come see a show, come dance, come party, whatever, just something that brings people together. That is the Get Tight Light, brewed by our friends in Northside at Tabol Brewing. It's a light lager, about 4%. Kind of our take on like a Coors Light, except for I like to think a little better, a little fresher. It's delicious. I've been in Richmond for 6 years now. I've worked many different restaurants and places around town. I really enjoy it here. The people are awesome. The talent we have in the city is really cool. We were looking up names, and Get Tight came up a couple times as a reference. I saw it Willie Nelson referenced it, and it was something that they used to say in the 60s and 70s. You want to go have a beer, you want to go get stoned, you want to go get tight. And I thought Get Tight was pretty cool and kind of stuck. We were into it.
It gets tough to keep up with all the breweries in Richmond at times, but we took Drew's word for it and head to Northside to visit Tabol Brewing.
I was working for a distributor, delivering beer, selling beer. Used to home brew it. I figured I knew enough people in the industry I could get something going, and we did it step by step. We like to focus on pilsners and lagers, more traditional, maybe European style, clean, concise beer. Something that's easy, not fussy, anyone can approach. We've done a collaboration with Get Tight Lounge. We've got their house light beer, Get Tight Light, which is fun to say. He knew he needed a house beer. His concept lended itself to having just a non-fussy kind of light lager. And he knew we were the guys to do it. Of all the breweries in Richmond, he thought we could pull that off the best. As breweries go, we're pretty small. This is a 5-barrel brew house. Most breweries in town are at least 15 barrels. One crank of this, we get 5 barrels of liquid that we can ferment in these stainless steel vats or these wooden vats. We've got our 4th anniversary coming up, so we've got some special beer in the tanks for that. Maybe a style that's a first for Tabol. Maybe I don't give that up yet. But plenty of pilsners, more Czech style pilsners, more German style pilsners, and even a West Coast lager. During the week, we've got High Five Trivia. That's every Wednesday. And coming up in March, we've got live music every Saturday, starting at 7. We've got large outside seating space, about 1,500 square feet. And we run our own food trailer. Anytime you come here after 4 p.m., we've got a food menu. We found these paintings in thrift stores, so we actually have no idea who these people are. But the head brewer's mother is a classically trained painter, and she was able to add our bottles and logos in there.
For your education this week, it was this day, February 22nd, in 1850, when President Zachary Taylor, former President John Tyler, and many other dignitaries in front of a crowd of thousands laid the cornerstone for the George Washington Equestrian Monument at the Virginia State Capitol. The monument was originally built with the intention of being the final resting place for our first president, but that never came to be. It was then on February 22nd, 1858, that the monument was finally unveiled. Happy President's Day, y'all! The John Marshall High School boys basketball team is ranked 2nd in the nation. RTD's newest sports reporter, Melanie Lopez, recently had a chance to experience a game.
Recently, I covered the John Marshall St. Christopher's game on Wednesday. The atmosphere was incredible. I've never been to a high school game with that sort of atmosphere. The gym was small but packed, and quite frankly, it was a lot of fun to just watch. Seeing John Marshall with the high press that they were doing defensively, and then, their dunks, their buckets, but St. Christopher also trying hard to fight back and come back in the game. It was just something that was a lot of fun to see because of the intensity of the game. I see them going really, really far in the postseason. I mean, I talked to the coach and he said that their goal was to win another state title, and on top of that, going past that and winning the national title. So I definitely do see them making a real good fight to win the national title in the future. Latrell Almond, he's 6'8", he's 200 pounds, and, which he already has that build for a really great basketball player as a freshman, but coming in now with his skill set and his vision on the court, it's just amazing to see. And, he's got 3 years left of high school to prepare him for that next level in college, which he's only going to get exponentially better as long as he stays humble and continues to work towards that goal of being great. And I do think he has that potential. It was just so much fun to see the excitement and watch the hype that is John Marshall here in Richmond.
All right, that's it for this week's episode of 8 at 4, presented by Massey Cancer Center, where they invite you to imagine a future without cancer. I'm Kelly Lemon, and we'll see you soon.